Record this. Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the roundtable discussion in the Blue Room Spoken Word Sunday. We have with us the wonderful, amazing Anu, who is our global ambassador. We're representing empowerment through spoken word poetry, Tap Into You, a Help to Heal Foundation. And today, our honored guest is Anu Nadimpalli. We have, of course, our beautiful, beautiful Vice President, Michelle Brown. So we are going to do some sister sharing, and Anu is going to share with us all about her inspirations, what she does, who she is, and you'll see that you'll come to love her just as much as we do. Okay, Michelle?
Yes, and I'm so thrilled and happy that we have our global ambassador today. And like Anita said, she's a wonderful person, and you guys will hear about that today.
Yes, all right. So Anu, please share with us, who you are and what you do, and then we'll ask you questions, as we go along in the sister share.
Okay. First of all, thank you for, I'm getting goosebumps. Thank you. So I'm my name is Anu Nadimpalli. I have a company called 3 a.m. Inspirations. I'll explain a little bit later about that. I'm an artist, I'm a poet, author, and creative entrepreneur. I pride myself in uplifting solopreneurs and wellness professionals by infusing art and I want to do it as a captivating expression of their brand. You see, I'm very, I strongly believe in the powerful transformational power of art. And having myself fallen into the abyss at a ripe age of 35 and steadily rejuvenating myself with a renewed professional knowledge base. I used to be an interior designer and architect, and then in my late 30s, I relearned, renewed myself as a photographer. I became a professional photographer, and at 42, I started learning painting. And because of all that, I feel that I've been there, and I understand wellness professionals much better because of that. And so I just developed a soft spot for helping them. And more importantly, because I know the power of healing, and I've experienced it through the years. So my latest creative assignment I would like to just share with you. It's in response to the current pandemic, and it's called, guess what? It's called healing art. And I started basically, creating this thing. It started actually with just talking with a client, friend, and in 2019, where we were just two budding, struggling entrepreneurs, and we said, what if we help each other? And I'm an artist, I'll help through art, and she'll help through healing. And it started off on this, we started off on this journey not knowing where we were going, but then it created a ripple effect where into 2020, it really started taking off, and I started creating what I call in social media, what I call it extraordinary content, extraordinary content, and you'll see a lot of that in me, because I started, and these words I come up with very seriously, just because of the extraordinary effect it was happening, and more than that, it was transforming me inside out and just healing me. So we started creating, social media marketing. When I say we, I mean my company, my team. And we started doing digital products, and we started, so I love doing this. I love playing. I love creating things. So what I started doing, when I create something, I'll say, you know what, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And that's how digital products, then physical products started happening, fashion products started happening. And so basically that's what I do now. As a company, we help in developing your coursework programs, co-creating books, daily journals, self-discovery cards, and fashion. We do sustainable fashion along with it. And, this, what you see behind is one of my paintings on a leaf. So things like that, so we started, developing scarves, again, all on sustainable products, and even the books and daily journals and self-discovery card, everything is sustainable, because that foundation was laid in my architectural background, where I was, taught the value of, the space and how to use space, use your resources wisely. And so all that just, I feel like, has come together in what I'm doing right now. Even though I'm not doing architecture, I really feel that laid the foundation for me. And I feel truly blessed to be helping out in other ways, in ways that are needed. Those whom I needed help from in the first place. So just to sum up, what we have a small motto in our company. We say, so what we say is, we give our art and soul.
Oh, I like that.
Help you reach your goal. Thank you.
I like that.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Thank you, Anu. Well, I'll start. Well, I want to say I personally know your art, because Anu's art is in my Your Own Universe book. Anu created the chakra female energy, and it's right up front and center in the book, and it has that 3 a.m. inspirations on there. Anu, I want to ask you. Let's see, because I was writing some things down. You said at 42 you learned to paint. What guided you into, well, before you learned to paint, had you given thought about that you wanted to paint, or what inspired you or pivoted you to that point to want to paint?
So thank you again. Wonderful question. The funny thing is, I feel like, looking back, I feel like, okay, the answers are developing just because I or just by my own inner journey, just looking back at my own inner journey. And funny, right? I'm learning how to paint in 42. And before that, I became a photographer, professional photographer, and I was literally chasing photograph artists. Why was I doing that? I don't know. I was basically I was going behind artists and saying, I'll do your photography for you. I'll photograph your art. I love your art. I photograph you, photograph art. I'll create your story, and all those things I was doing. But only with artists I could be following anyone else. But then I realized suddenly, when one of the artists, she's an artist in Berlin, and she's an intuitive artist in Berlin, and she said, why aren't you painting? You like art so much. Then I said, no, I am deathly afraid of brushes. I actually said that, deathly afraid of brushes. They're too fine for me. I'm all over the place. Okay. I love just doing this. She says, just do that then, let's play. And I said, no, but I can't fill up an entire white canvas or a white sheet of paper. She said, okay, let's get a colored paper. So literally she convinced me, full credit to her, she convinced me to pick up. And by the way, I don't paint, thanks to her and thanks to my acceptance of that. I don't paint with brushes. I paint with toothbrushes and ladles and, you know, whatever I can find, forks and yeah, things like that. And I slowly developed a drawer full of all of these funny looking splashy things which I could paint with. So we did 3 paintings the first day on Skype. So she was in Berlin, I was in, started painting. And funny thing is, things started coming out, the colors started coming out, which I would never have even worn before, you know? I mean, I was pretty dull, if you ask anyone. But then, then I started, you know, things started pouring out. I mean, the reds and yellows and a gorgeous color started coming out. And I said, okay, there's something here. You know, there's something going on here, which even I can't control. And I just started painting, you know, and it started revealing things from within. I realized it's revealing the joy that was, you know, hidden in me. And I didn't realize that I had that much subdued in there. Because I had many years of chronic pain. So I have to, just to give you a little bit of history, so I can understand where that joy was trying to come out, you know, the joy and that the childlike happiness and all. So that's how it started. And it started, funnily enough, at 42, because like I said, you know, I needed to tell myself that, okay, fine, you can pick up something and it's okay to, you know, express yourself in color, in bright colors.
That's beautiful.
It is.
And while you were talking, it's something before you mentioned joy. In my mind, I was thinking as I was hearing you, I said, oh my God, I can feel her joy. I can feel her joy. Okay, Michelle, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Anu, what impact would you like your business, your creative art, to have on society, as you know, locally in your area or even globally? What's your vision for as what legacy or impact you would like to leave behind or have?
So it's a wonderful question again. Thank you. And basically, you know, like I said, you know, whatever I did not have then, you know, I would like to give opportunity for those who are suffering, you know, to have now. And at that time, I couldn't reach even, I mean, I had doctors, but they really didn't understand. You see, I needed to get away from doctors. I needed to get into holistic healing, Reiki, and all of those things I needed to get into just to find myself, because the doctors were killing me with medicines and I was going into depression. So then I said, and I literally pushed them all away, and I got into Reiki, and I am a, you know, 2nd degree Reiki. And that's what started opening things in me. And I said, there is so much of value in that, which people are so afraid of, you know, they just say, no, it's not regular medicine. That's, I mean, I don't want to use those words, but like, it's like, there is so much of ignorance in there, and there's so much of power of healing, you know, in all those, you know, alternative, I hate that word too, healing, you know, there is so much of power in healing when you're holistically healing, you know. So I wanted to, that's why I just, like I said, you know, just subconsciously, a lot of things were happening where I was gravitating towards artists and gravitating towards coaches and wellness experts and you know, psychotherapists. And I guess I needed a psychotherapist too. I didn't realize that, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of things were going on subconsciously. When I think it was 2018, the switch turned on, you know, late to the switch, literally it was a switch, and I showed, and I could see it in my painting. And very clearly that there was something that I needed to do, you know. It's there in me, but I don't know what it is, and things like that. So I tried, for all these years to, I mean, not tried, but I, made sure that I was focusing and focusing and focusing on things that make me happy. When somebody is healing somebody that I know is in chronic pain and almost in depression, I can feel it. And that's why I said, I know your story. I can understand your story. So let me tell it for you.
Mm.
You see, I can understand it, what you're trying to say, because I know you wanted to write that book. I can already start writing just by you talking to me. Because I've been there, okay? I can feel, I know you can do it. I know you can, you have that power to heal. And so with my power, let's co-create. So I always call it co-creating. I don't say I help out, and I say we co-create, so I've done, books, like I said, where they're telling the story of biographical story of the wellness person, how they healed, they got into healing, and then they're now doing healing therapies, so in so many ways. So I get it. I said, yeah, let me tell that story, and then that's how those, that amazing. And I've got this habit. I've got, not habit, but I've got this thing in me, instinct of just breaking it down. So I say that, if you have a whole story, it'll fall down like a waterfall and it'll just disappear. So let me break it down into golden nuggets, and let's just, help you. I'll help you build that bridge to that person whom I know is in pain and will reach you. So that kind of thing, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, it is.
But thank you. But yeah, so it's just the experience, it's just my own experience and what I wanted to do with it. But again, all of this, I feel like it started subconsciously. And I only needed to open something in here, something there, to accept it, to accept it consciously. And now I feel like I'm living consciously. Whatever I'm doing, it's all consciously happening. And it's nothing can stop it, kind of thing, so I love that. I love that journey. I feel like I'm in the right place now more than ever.
That's beautiful.
So
we do have a little bit of time, but what I want to do before I ask the next question, Anu, can you share with us how people can get in contact with you? I want to make sure we get this in. Any and all information that you want to share, how people can contact you.
So the best way is, I'm good. I'm very active on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. But the best way you can say is 3 a.m. inspirations. 3 a.m. inspirations.com. That's it. 3 a.m. inspirations.com.
So the number 3 or the word 3?
The number 3. Yeah, the number 3, A as an apple, M as in Mary, and then inspirations, all one word, .com. And then just subscribe, just put your email in there and say, let's talk, or I want to have a chat, or, whatever. I would, I feel like, let's build relationships. Let's, get to know each other, and let's, co-create magic together.
And that 3 a.m. inspirations, that's your handle for LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and your email.
Exactly. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you can even, I think that is the best. That is the best way. And just send a message, and and I will know you're there, and let's create magic together. Seriously, I feel like there's so much we can do with art and healing. So there's healing art, and let's, there's so much more to explore.
So when you say co-create, and I love that, I love that word.
Love that word.
When you say co-create, so are you saying, like, say I'm a poet and I want to write a book of poetry, and how we co-create, you take my words and you take my words, the meaning of the poem, and then what you do is create art that will accompany.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit more about that?
I would love to. So this is something I invented, and I call it art word instead of artwork, art word. And again, it started on 2019, January, February. And okay, so let's say you have a speech you're giving, you have a 4-minute, 40-minute speech, and where you're covering, valuable information in there. So what happens in social media is that people don't have the patience, you see, they'll listen to a little bit, and if it doesn't matter to them, they just leave it. So what I do is I take 4 minutes of your thing, right? And again, I'm talking social media, but anywhere. I'll take 4 minutes of your powerful message, and then I will visualize it and create an artwork with it. You see?
Beautiful.
And it's not over, because the word part has to come now. But so whatever you said in those 4 minutes, for 40 minutes, one chapter of your book, whatever. So whatever you said, what happens is it gets translated for me into 4 lines of poetry, of something that they can catch. You see, they'll say, I get it now. And then the artwork is helping them. You see, so like that. So what I say is I take 40 minutes of your workshop and create art and word, like that with it, art and word. And so that what happens is it's because it's just one picture with some words on it. People see it and say, I recognize it. And now you could be talking about pain. You could be talking about imposter syndrome. You could be talking about water, the value of water. You could be, talking about so many things now, but at once they see it and say, yeah, I've been looking for this for a while. Whom can I reach? And they see you in it, behind you, because that's what we do. We create, we create it to you. That's why it's called co-create, because we are doing it to your brand and message, and there's a whole, thing that we're doing. So that's why it takes me a week to do one thing, one of your artworks, artword, so like that, because I'm putting a lot of you in there and your message, but then I'm sending it via this artword. So that's why that's why it's powerful, and it's a co-creation.
That's beautiful.
Wonderful.
That is really beautiful. I love that. It's going on 5 minutes. I apologize. We'll have to go right at 10. I have a 10 o'clock class. But I want to ask you, because you got me thinking. I have a presentation in New York in June or July, and it's in person. So, like, say if I said, okay, well, Anu, I'd like for you to create this artwork for me. I'll give you the content of it.
Yes.
Now, as far as the poetry, as a poet, would I be able to use my own 4 lines, or would it have to come from you?
Absolutely. So that's the thing. That's where the co-creation comes, where we are both talking about it, and specifically how you want it. But mostly what I will tell you is, I will help you do it in such a way that your target audience can respond to it in the right way, because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it to reach somebody. So we are that bridge. So yes, absolutely. You use your poetry, and we'll create an artwork, and we'll do it in such a way that we build that bridge, so your target person, whom you want to reach, gets it. Gets it. So that's the co-creation we're doing. Absolutely. You are a poet, of course, your poetry has to be there. But we'll do it as a co-create. We'll literally, and I work literally every single client every different one is very different, exclusively to their brand and to their message and to their clientele. To whom do you want to reach? So it's very, very specific and
Yeah.
exclusive, and it's a co-creation. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
That was
Absolutely.
wonderful.
That
Sounds
really
wonderful.
is. Yeah, yeah, I can see the customization, the uniqueness. So
Yes.
every client of yours or every relationship that you establish is
Mhm.
unique and relative to that person.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
to you
absolutely
and
beautiful.
to the, so we are a bridge. So to you and
Yeah.
whom you want to reach. Whom do you want to bring, whom do you want, who's that person whom you want to listen and help? So
Gotcha.
you're here and we are the bridge. We build that bridge.
Gotcha.
That's beautiful. Well, it's just 10, it's two minutes to 10.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to be, I'll let Michelle close us out. I just want to say, audience, those who are watching, thank you so much. We appreciate your presence, and those who watch the replay, thank you so much. We appreciate your presence, and of course, live and watching the replay. Thank you for your love and support, and we are grateful for you. Michelle, you want to, quickly, Anu, you want to just go through that handle again for everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, but I wanted to thank you first wholeheartedly for this great opportunity. And I just relish every moment I'm with you as a global ambassador, even though you've given me such a big position. But yes, I'm truly honored to be in the Empowerment Through Spoken Word Poetry Foundation. And it's pure joy, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
And
those
it's
who want,
inspirations.com.
there we go. And those
Yep.
who would like to join our foundation, we welcome, love, and appreciate you. Okay,
Yeah.
Michelle.
You guys pretty much summed everything up. I was just gonna say thank you once again, Anu, for sharing your story with us. I will be reaching out to you myself as well.
My
And
pleasure.
I just appreciate you and glad that you're a part of ESWP. And thank you, our listeners. And also, if you are inspired to, join us in this quest that we are trying to, well, not trying, that we are doing, please feel free to reach out. And also, if you are interested in Anu's work, reach out to her, which is 3 AM Inspirational. Did I say that right? Inspirations, yes, .com. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you, Michelle. Love you both.
Bye.
Okay, love
Bye,
you
guys.
all. Bye-bye.